It's your friend's wedding. Glasses are raised. Everyone leans in. Someone starts, to love, laughter, and happily ever after. The glasses clink. Everyone drinks. It's a moment. It feels special. But why? Why do we toast at all? It's not functional. It doesn't make the drink taste better. You don't need it to get tipsy. And yet, this ritual shows up everywhere, from dive bars to royal banquets, from Tokyo to Tbilisi. Why do we clink glasses and say, cheers? Today, we're unpacking the surprisingly deep story behind toasting, where it comes from, what it means, and why it's far more than just a social nicety. Ancient origins, trust in a glass. Long before the phrase cheers ever existed, ancient people were already raising their cups. In ancient Greece, hosts would drink first to prove the wine wasn't poisoned, a public demonstration of goodwill. The act of drinking together was quite literally a gesture of trust. Romans took it a step further. They'd offer toasts, to someone or something, often to gods, emperors, or the health of a guest. The word toast itself comes from this era. Sometimes, they even placed spiced toast into the wine to improve its flavor, hence the name. Across Europe and Asia, similar traditions emerged, raising cups to honor ancestors, the spirits, or the community. In Viking culture, mead was offered to Odin. In China, elaborate banquet rituals emphasized respect and hierarchy, with toasts structured around age and status. From the very beginning, toasting wasn't about the drink, it was about meaning. About who we were, who we honored, and who we trusted. The clink, completing the senses. Now, what about the clink? Why not just say a toast and drink? One theory claims it's practical. By clinking cups, the idea was that liquids would splash into each other's vessels, proving there was no poison. While colorful, there's little historical evidence to support this. A more likely explanation is sensory. When you drink, you see, smell, taste, and feel. But what about sound? The clink completes the ritual by engaging the final sense, hearing. It transforms the moment from solitary sipping into shared ceremony. It's the audible marker that says, now. Together. And because humans are wired for synchronized activity, think music, dancing, even walking in step, the clink acts like a small, shared beat. A mini drum of camaraderie. Why rituals matter, the psychology of the toast. Toasting might seem trivial, but psychologically it packs a punch. Rituals, however small, create meaning. They slow us down, anchor us in a moment, and say, this matters. When you pause to raise a glass, you're signaling a transition. From casual to intentional. From individual to collective. Research shows that shared rituals, even those without religious or spiritual context, build trust and connection. They foster cooperation. They make us feel part of something larger. Even when people don't understand the why, they feel the effect. That's the power of ritual. Toasting is, in a way, a secular sacrament. Cultural variations, cheers around the world. Toasting might be universal, but the how varies widely. In Germany, it's crucial to make eye contact when you clink, or face 7 years of bad sex, according to legend. In Hungary, you never toast with beer. That's because, in 1848, Austrians supposedly celebrated the defeat of the Hungarian Revolution with beer clinks. Since then, it's been a quiet form of resistance. In Japan, kanpai is said with respect, and junior colleagues must raise their glass lower than their seniors. In Korea, younger drinkers must turn away from elders when drinking, signaling humility. In Georgia, toasting is practically an art form. The tamada, or toastmaster, leads the entire meal with poetic, emotional, often lengthy toasts. Each toast has purpose and depth, about friendship, courage, memory, or hope. Each culture uses the toast not just to drink, but to speak values out loud. The meaning behind the message. What makes a good toast? It's not the length. Or the eloquence. It's intention. A toast is a moment where we say what we usually don't. We pause the noise of the party to offer appreciation, hope, or respect. To your health. To new beginnings. to absent friends, to getting through the week. These aren't just phrases. They're emotional bookmarks, small ways of making the invisible visible. We toast to love, because love is hard to describe. We toast to friendship, because it's easy to take for granted. We toast to beginnings and endings, because transitions are slippery and deserve something solid. The drink isn't the point. It's just the medium. The message is what matters. The darker side of cheers. Of course, not all toasts are wholesome. In some environments, toasting becomes peer pressure. You're expected to drink even if you don't want to. The ritual becomes coercive. And when drinking culture is dominant, like in some business or diplomatic settings, the toast can become a gatekeeping tool. Inclusion comes at the cost of conformity. It's worth remembering, toasting is about connection, not compulsion. You can raise a glass with water, juice, or air. What matters is the intention, not the alcohol. Modern toasts, from weddings to Zoom calls. Today, toasting lives everywhere, from wedding speeches to awkward Zoom happy hours. And while some toasts are formal affairs, many are spontaneous. To the weirdest year of our lives. To making it through Monday. To whatever this is. These offhand toasts reflect something deeply human, the need to mark a moment. In a world that moves fast, toasting forces us to pause. It's low stakes, but high value. Final thoughts. So, why do we toast? Because we crave ritual. Because we need to mark the moment. Because in a noisy, scattered world, there's power in shared intention. Toasting turns a drink into a memory. It transforms a roomful of individuals into a fleeting community. It gives shape to celebration, language to love, and structure to spontaneity. We toast not because it's necessary, but because it's meaningful. And in a time when so many of our interactions are quick, digital, and transactional, these small shared rituals matter more than ever. A toast doesn't need to be eloquent. It doesn't even need to be spoken aloud. It's the gesture, the raising of the glass, that says, I see you. I'm with you. We're in this together. It's a way of slowing time, anchoring the moment, and offering something that's increasingly rare, presence. In this way, toasting is a subtle rebellion against indifference. Against distraction. Against the idea that everything has to be efficient or useful. A toast is permission to be human. To celebrate, even if it's just Tuesday. To honor, even if there are no trumpets. To connect, even if the words are clumsy. So the next time someone raises their glass, don't rush it. Look them in the eye. Clink with intention. And drink not just for the taste, but for the meaning. Because in that simple act, you're participating in something ancient, emotional, and beautifully human. If this gave you something new to think about, raise a glass to curiosity, and maybe hit like and subscribe while you're at it. Got a unique family toast or cultural tradition you grew up with? Share it in the comments. I'd love to hear how you celebrate. Until next time, stay curious. And cheers.